everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Youth1 Sports RoundUp, your #1 source for youth sports coverage on the web. On this show, we're bringing you recaps and top performers in the world of softball, track, and lacrosse. But first, our Matt Carl is here to lead off with news from the world of youth baseball.
This past weekend, Omaha played host to Session 3 of the Slump Buster NIT, where Team Warehouse 14U busted up the competition and finished in first. The Florida squad beat out teams from 14 other states, going 6-0 and defeating the Frozen Ropes Tigers 5-3 in the championship. The winning trend is shared by Moorhead, Kentucky's Cave Run Muskies, who have brought their game into the light in recent months, capturing their 5th title of 2012 at the 11U Baseball Youth Showcase. The Muskies recently entered our top 25 for the first time this season and will look to make an even bigger jump as they are currently competing in the Grand Slam 11U World Series. Our pinch hitter this week is the 12U Charleston Trojans from South Carolina, who are currently ranked 6th in the AAA division of the USSSA. They've won 7 tournaments this year behind great pitching and defense and allow less than 2 runs per game, a stat that really bodes well for their success throughout the summer.
Great stuff. We can't wait to see how the World Series tournaments pan out. Matt, how about the girls of summer? What's the big scoop in the world of softball?
It was a big weekend in the 12U division at the World Series Tune-Up NIT in Independence, Missouri. The Lee's Summit Dolphins took home first place honors, finishing with a 4-0-1 record and defeated the Swing Builder Lightning 5-4 in the championship game. Behind the leadership of Ashlyn Cook, Julia Reese, and Tori Young, the Dolphins are hoping to ride the wave of success from the tune-up and hit all the right notes at the World Series in Orlando. Down in Florida, the Jacksonville Storm have finished first in their last 8 tournaments, losing only a single game during that stretch. The Storm have already qualified for World Series play and currently have a 7-1 run ratio after winning the Fishhawk Father's Day Frenzy NIT. In the bottom of the 7th, we're tipping our caps to the 12U New Jersey Breakers from East Windsor, who won the USSSA Springtacular and Summer Icebreaker, and will be fighting for some national recognition at the World Series this year. Great job to all of the teams featured, and remember, if there's a team out there that deserves some praise, send one our way at youth1.com, Twitter, or Facebook, and tune in next week to see if they make it into the rotation.
It's been an amazing season in track and field, so it's not hard to recognize top performers. Chris Hunt is always up for the task in this week's edition of Talking Track.
We're finally in the midst of championship season, and there have been dozens of runners who performed to a gold standard in recent weeks. We're jumping off in Southern California, where Tariq Brock snagged a pair of U.S. #1 times for himself in the 100 and the 200 at the USATF Region 15 Championships. Brock ran a record of 10.92 in the 100 and then scorched the track in the 200 with an incredible 22.23. This was truly the great performance of the season in the lower distances. On the girls' side of the sprints, we're giving a nod to the Quiet Fire Track Club's Lauren Williams, who took home titles in the 100 and the 200, running 11.94 and 23.80 respectively. Finally, sunny Florida played host to the Youth Division's #1 800-meter performance of the year as Daisha Rogers ran 209.89 at the New Balance Outdoor Nationals, finishing 6th against high school competition. Rogers' time was 3 seconds off the national mark held by Raven Rogers, who won the race, proving that sometimes things come full circle on the oval. Congratulations to all the runners who appeared on this week's show. And if you know a track star worthy of a look, hit us up at youth1.com, Twitter, or Facebook and see if they're on the line for next week's show when we're talking track.
From breaking the tape to airing the gate, it's time to go down to the lacrosse field where our Alan Papadines takes the face-off and dishes on some of the sport's most impressive teams.
With lacrosse season coming to an end within the next month, every win counts. Indiana's Titanium Lax U15 squad made the most of their opportunities at the 2012 Summer Getaway Tournament, outlasting all 6 opponents in their title-winning effort. They prove why they're one of the Hoosier State's best teams, averaging 9.3 goals per game. Everything's been peachy for the Atlanta Surge U13 team, who were recently crowned champions in the LB3 Summer Jam and Catawba Classic. In only their first season as a club, they've really impressed us with their resilience and camaraderie. Finally, we're giving props to Team 91 Orange from Melville, Long Island. Being from one of the most dominant lacrosse regions in the country doesn't make it easy for a team to rack up wins. But 91 Orange did just that at the Lehigh Lax Fest, winning the A and B titles in the 5th and 6th grade and the 7th and 8th grade divisions. That's the final whistle on lacrosse this week. And if you know of a team that deserves an assist from us here at Youth 1, hit us up at youth1.com, Twitter, or Facebook, and stay tuned to see if they make the cut.
Well, that's it for this week's edition of the Youth 1 Sports Roundup. Remember, if you know a team or athlete that deserves a shout on the show, send us a message at youth1.com, Twitter, or Facebook, and tune in next week to see if they make the lineup. I'm Caitlin Lipkin, and on behalf of Alan, Chris, and our whole team, thanks for watching, and keep checking in to youth1.com for everything youth sports.